విదేశాల్లో వైద్య ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు మరియు ఇంటర్న్షిప్ల కోసం ఇప్పుడే సంప్రదించండి యార్కుడ్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ 99% ప్లేస్మెంట్ గ్యారంటీ.
You're the journalist who said that when women are together, they gossip. It's the most fulfilling thing, right? Because language can never be used as a barrier to stop artists from creating art. I don't want to remember some things, so I just forget it easily because other people are more invested in making money and exploiting people and scamming people.
Hope you remember me. 2 days.
Of course, I remember
back.
you. You're the journalist who said that when women are together, they gossip. Yes.
Sorry. Yes.
I accept your apology. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's start.
Yeah.
Hello, Parvathy, how are you?
Tip top.
How is the Kadaksing?
Kadaksing is Kadaking, we are waiting for the release. We are waiting for people to watch our gorgeous movie and tell us how they feel.
What is the connection between you and thriller movies? Recently, one thriller series is coming.
Maybe my life is not as thrilling, so I think at least in my job it should be in a thrilling space. Yeah.
So that's why you're choosing thrill zone movies or what?
Actually, to be honest, last year I had 5 or 6 projects that I was a part of, and it was a really, really nice mix of different genres. There were thrillers, there were love stories, there were really different kinds, and it just so happens that 2 investigative thrilling ones are releasing around the same time. Yeah.
Mainly actors wants to explore some different characters in all the languages, right? You have been working with Tamil and Malayalam so many films. Now you're working in the Telugu, and now you have started your career in Bollywood as well. How it will be? Yeah.
I haven't just started my career in Bollywood. You think this is my
film? No. I'm asking how it's your reaction. I mean, the covering of all the languages and all.
It's the most fulfilling thing, right? Because language can never be used as a barrier to stop artists from creating art. So for me, the most brilliant thing is that my talent and my skill set is used by different directors for their storytelling. And I mean, nothing can give me more happiness than this.
Yeah. And basically, we know Malayalam cinema, how it works. I mean, it's more about story. They have some certain amount for the budget, and they don't have any holidays to work it. Right. Coming to other industries, they put so much of amount on the grandiousness and all. What you can tell this thing about this point?
I would say that's probably not a completely right way to look at it. I would say that from my experience, different industries do have their budgetary restrictions and what they are able to create. But we look and we see that they are all telling stories that they have conviction. It's not like only Malayalam films have storytelling as the main thing. I have wonderful films like recently I've been wanting to watch this movie called Month of Madhu in Telugu, and it came it came in theaters, and now it's in an OTT platform. And I have been reading the reviews of that, and I'm waiting to watch the film, and I'm like, now isn't that reductive when we say that, oh, in Telugu it's not about the story, it's more about other things. You also have films like Month of Madhu, which is very much about the characters and the stories. Much like in Malayalam films, we have, let's say, films like I have done, like Uyare and all, Takeoff and all that. And then there are films like RDX, which is like all power-packed action thriller. So I feel like we are at a time where we don't actually even need to box any industry into any kind. We just know what their strengths are. And within that strength, they're very diverse, I think.
Okay. I mean, the trailer hints Karak Singh has some retro amnesia, right? I mean, what's that
Retrograde.
name? I forgot.
Retrograde amnesia.
Yeah,
Not like
retrograde
retro.
amnesia.
It's not like disco
Uh,
balls and amnesia. It's retrograde amnesia, yes.
can you please explain what is that?
No, I think you should watch the movie only to understand what retrograde amnesia is. How else will you watch
Okay.
the film? No, I retrograde amnesia is a particular state of amnesia that causes, memory loss that impacts only few elements of what they can remember. You'll see more of that as to why that matters in this particular story. Is why it's not just amnesia and why it has to be retrograde amnesia. You'll see that.
Okay. It's just one question. Amnesia is different, but memory loss is different. And usual in our days, daily days, we sometimes we also felt memory loss things, right? Like in your usual day.
Memory losses
I mean, how how good you are in memory
in
in daily days.
my memory.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good, yeah. I'm very good with my memory. I think I also have to say that I choose what I want to remember. I don't want to remember some things, so I just forget it easily. But
Mm.
thank goodness, like some things you can't decide on the on you can't choose what it is like, what your brain will remember, like your memory as a clinical part of things, as in if you have a clinical condition of forgetting things. I'm just grateful that that kind of thing has not happened to me, because my job depends on me learning my lines and doing my job right. So like much like any other job, to be honest. But otherwise, I am very good with my memory so far. Fingers crossed.
Okay, why Karak Singh will keep audience at the edge of the seat? I mean,
Ah,
unique
it's a beautiful question.
promoting.
I love it. Edge of the seat or not? No. You can
Mm.
comfortably watch Karak Singh. Okay, you don't have to sit on the edge of the seat. You be comfortable. All I want to say is that Karak Singh has elements of an investigation that is very important to the kind of
Mm.
world we are living in, where people are exploited and people lose their lives because other people are more invested in making money and exploiting people and scamming people. That
Mm.
aspect of it is definitely something poignant, but more importantly, you will see beautiful relationships in the story. You will really enjoy seeing a father daughter, two friends, subordinate and the boss ka relationship. You'll see a head nurse and a patient's relationship, and these are all relationships that usually don't dig deeper into it, but Tony Da does that. So yeah.
And coming to Pankaj sir, we all of the India prizes in for Mirzapur and so many things, not only Mirzapur. But I want to ask you one thing. We know how he's graphing curve in his career. But from my side, I want to know, Parvati, how came Parvati to this industry from the starting time to right now? A little bit story, if possible.
um it's been 17 years that I've been an actor in this industry. And the biggest thing that I would say is that when I joined in as an actor, by the second film, I had decided that this will be my career. This will be what I want to do. Not for the rest of my life, but this is definitely what I want to do for now and be a better actor with each film that I do. And my life has really worked out well for me. And the success parameters have not been the same for me as it has been to others or what the industry or the media dictates. I do what I have to do. I do a good job according to my director and to me. If I have done a good job, I will go home happily, and the rest is decided by the audience. I think for 17 years and doing probably 30 films, I don't know how many films I've done. I think I've done a fair bit of work on myself to keep getting better as an actor. And the best proof of that, I would say, is that I still have trust that is placed in me by these wonderful directors. And then when I get to work with these co-actors like Sanjana, like Paresh, like Pankaj Tripathi, Jaya Asan, and Karat Singh, they all are on set with a certain amount of trust, the kind of previous works that I have done. And they will look at me and they're like, oh, you know what? You're a good partner to work with. And for me, that trust that is placed in me is very important. So yeah, that's my story.
Yeah, uh, undoubtedly you have a great filmography. But I want to know one thing: have you ever regret, or have you ever want to quit from this industry in this entire career?
I've not wanted to quit the industry, but I have wanted to take pauses in from acting, because I feel like sometimes you need to, I mean, it gets very loud with the kind of decision making you have to keep taking based on what the market does, what people are wanting to watch, what kind of films people end up making. So sometimes taking a pause and sitting back and just being able to sit with yourself and analyze, okay, now think to yourself, what kind of films do you want to do? Not the kind of films people want to watch, not the kind of films that people are saying will be good for your career, not the kind of, forget all the calculations that you have to do in your career. You must do those calculations too. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You must, because that's a good person in a job anybody has to do. You will have to do that too, right? But before you do all of that, it is important to sit with yourself and ask yourself truly, and accept any honest answer that you have. Oh, do you want to do these kind of films more? Then maybe we should make that happen. So I never think of quitting the industry. I don't. I do get disheartened by some things that I see around. But even if it's a fleeting thought that, oh, you know what, it's going to be more like a break. I want a little bit of time alone with myself. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. And one more thing, you did lot of characters. I mean, and also in the current scene as well. Which character it's most difficult to get out from the character in
Um,
your filmography?
I would say the one that is releasing. There are a lot of characters that I have had trouble
So
coming
that's why
up
I
with.
asked you one.
No, I know, but it's impossible to say one. It's like, which story that have you done? Which interview have you done that is the most memorable? If I ask you, can you pick just one?
Uh, yeah, of course.
Of
One, two are
course.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, three or four are there, but then I get no. Come on, like it's not possible. The thing is,
yeah.
you're not asking me what my favorite character is either. Like you're asking me the emotional impact of a character, what that might have done for me.
Like who? See, from my side, like your second film, you did a lot of research for that movie, like shading of your skin tone and all. It's a tough to do that, like
It's
right.
not
It's
tough to do
impacting.
that. I'll tell you one thing for sure. It's not tough to do that. And frankly, it is quite wrong to do that also. We learn and live and learn. I feel like that's a bigger conversation for later. But I feel like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, the emotional impact of a character that I have done, sometimes it's just the physical aspect of it when you have to keep going back and back. I think there's a movie that's coming out in 2 months called Tangalan in Tamil. That is the latest one that I have done, which I felt like, okay, I need to take a break after this so that I can like
Okay.
come back to myself and everything. But it's not something that you don't decide which character will stay with you. The character will decide that for you. So, yeah.
How about the Kadak Singh character? I mean, in this film,
Miss
Parvathy
Kannan.
character.
Miss Kannan
Yeah.
is a very exciting role for me because it's very rare to see that a character that the one that I have played has very interestingly different stake to the main character. She's a nurse who's taking care of a patient. She's not married to the guy, or her identity is with the guy is not because there's a relationship. The identity that my character has to Pankaj Tripathi's character is that what we have, that's a very transactional thing, right? Like she's taking care because it's her job to take care of him. So there is a human element to that also. So one doesn't get that kind of an opportunity to explore something like that in films, because sometimes we only select roles. Oh, it has to be a best friend, okay, it has to be a lover or a husband or a mother or a father. These are the only ones we see in films that are considered valid relationships. But I also have a relationship with my grocery store vendor. He also knows me well, I know him well. I also have people that I call in different like networks, phone network people that I call to say the customer care service person I'm speaking to, with whom I am having a human conversation, right? How about those can also make their way into a storytelling, which is why I think it's very exciting.
One more question, Parthi ma'am. I mean, in this field, saying no is very difficult thing. Like, how much dare you have to say no for the scripts or say anything no in this field?
Actually, saying no is the easiest thing for me.
Seriously.
Absolutely. Try to ask me a question. I'll say no. No, seriously. I
No,
think
yeah.
the toughest job for me to is to say yes, because you have to really invest in that answer. But no is easy for me, because if you're in touch with your gut, in touch with yourself, you know where you don't belong. And then you don't have to do you the only thing you have to do is the process of elimination. You just have to stop being something you're not. You just have to decide, oh yeah, I'm thanks for the offer, but no, I don't feel it. I don't connect with it. So you're just being true to yourself. And I think the more we learn to say no, the better everybody's lives become. But
Yeah.
unless until like you say yes and suddenly you're like, oh no, I actually wanted to say no, but now I've said yes, so now I have to show up. Everybody's experience in that particular moment is just a bad experience, because everyone's just tolerating it now. So unless and until I actually mean yes, I practice the art of saying no.
And I can't say, and I can't, I mean, say the previous series name here. But congratulations,
Thank you.
getting positive response from
I'm
everywhere.
very
How do you
excited.
feel?
I feel
Yeah.
on top of the world. I think it's so cool.
Mm.
I think Vikram has done a wonderful job. I think my team
Mm.
is ecstatic. So now it's all about I just want to
Mm.
see Karak Singh soar. Yeah.
Okay. And okay, how do you manage these two things? I mean, particularly when you get a good response from your character, when you get not great response from your character in the out of the world, how do you manage these both things?
This was a growing piece for me. Like, it's not like I was always thinking the way I'm thinking now. But over a period of time, it just grew into me, this thought that whatever thoughts the audience can have on my character about me, not as a person because they don't know me, but as my character, or what I have done as a job, every critique of theirs is valid. I can't call any of it wrong. So I've signed up for the job of that they can either like my work or they can not like my work. So when somebody tells me, that role of yours did not work for me, or that movie did not work for me, I'll be like, oh, okay, is it so? Why is that? And then they might choose to explain. And I'll be like, okay, interesting, because it is interesting to see that point of view. There is no personal stake. See, I have done an honest work, I have done the job, but the part of how one should not aim at controlling perception about the job. Now it's their free space, it's their right to decide how they feel about something, as long as it's like not to tear somebody down or not to attack you or something like that. If I'm talking about the purest connection between an actor and an audience, I'm not talking about internet trolls. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Okay.
people who spend money, their hard earned money, go watch a movie and they're like, oh my God, this actor is acting with zero conviction. They're not being honest in their performance. They're just dilly-dallying and going, I just wasted my money. Or they'll say, like, they've done a good job, but I don't know, I didn't like the film. So it's okay. Like, that's also possible. As many people as in the world who like you, there are also enough people who will not like you. That's okay. It's just part of
Yeah.
it. As long as I have done my job with conviction, I have done my job. That's about it. Yeah.
Finally, I'll ask one dumb question.
You've been asking 4 final questions. I'm shocked. You have one more question. Okay.
One dumb question. Usually, actors can't say this answer. I mean, can't say answer. Like, do you follow Telugu films? Like every film which you.
Not every film. I follow as
I
many
mean,
as I can, because there are so many languages I need to follow also. Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah. Recent film which you like and recent actor character which you like.
Um, Let me think.
Hmm.
I would not say it's not a very recent film, but suddenly off the top of my head, it's a Malayalam film called Nathan Kesukudu. And I really
Okay,
liked the movie and the character played by Kunjaka Boban in that.
but I asked in Telugu. Telugu.
Telugu, okay, let me think about it. Oh, they're not just the one that I have seen, it's the one I like too, you said.
Sorry to putting you in a trouble situation.
Yeah, you have a way of doing that, I've noticed.
Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah. at least last film which you watched?
No, it's not the last. The last film needn't be the one that I have liked also. But I would
Okay.
say I really enjoyed the cinematography aspect of Shyam Singh Roy.
Okay. Okay.
Especially the cinematography. But of course, Nani and Sai Pallavi were amazing. But I thought it was a visual treat, and I loved it.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for
Thanks a
this
lot.
time. All the best for Kadak Singh.
Thank you so much. Bye.